Today we are first of all going to learn about completing the square method. In the previous class we learned how to find the solutions for the quadratic equations using the factorization method. Here this is another method, that is completing the square method. So we'll have an example and just tell how we are going to do in this method. So we'll have an example, that is 9x square minus 15x plus 6 is equal to 0. This much we got. So our next step in this completing the square method is always dividing by the coefficient of x square. Divide by the coefficient of x square. This step will be missing if it is 1 here. If it is 1, no need to do that. So we'll take now x square minus 15 divided by 9 x plus 6 divided by 9 is equal to 0. Or I can write it to be x square 15 divided by 9. 15 is 3 into 5 and 9 is 5 into 3 into 3. Therefore 1 3 will get cancelled. It forms minus 5 by 3x plus 2 by 3 is equal to 0. So our aim is to complete the square. We need to form a perfect square. If you want a perfect square, it should be either a plus b whole square form or a minus b whole square form. Okay. So when we find out, it forms a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay. We are not bothered about the b square now. We are bothered only about these two. Okay. So now if we consider this to be a and this to be 2ab. Okay. If you are considering this to be a and this to be 2ab. So out of 2ab, a is however x. So only 2b is remaining. 2b is remaining. So if you want to convert this form back to this form, that is a plus b or a minus b form, we need to divide this 2b term divided by 2. Okay. So for doing that, we are writing this is a, and since you have a minus sign, I'll put one minus sign here, and 2b, I need to convert it into b. So the coefficient of this x, that is 5 by 3 divided by 2 whole square. This much we did. So if you do a whole square, we are going to get a b square term inside the bracket itself. Yes, we are going to get a b square term. For that, we need to subtract from that b square term. Okay, that b square term comes to be 5 by 6 whole square plus 2 by 3 equal to 0. Okay, only this much is the steps. Only this much is all about the steps. The remaining things about simplification. Okay, now we find x minus 5 by 6 whole square. Then you have 5 by 6 whole square, you have to write it to be minus 25 by 36 plus 2 divided by 3 is equal to 0. Or I can write it to be x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to 25 divided by 36. I need to take the LCM. So 3 into 12 is 36. So 2 into 12 I need to do. 2 into 12 comes to be 24. So it is 25 minus 24, that is 1 by 36. Okay. Our next step is to take the root. Okay. I'll repeat from starting. The first step was dividing by the coefficient of x square. You will get x square here. Okay. After that, we need to get it in this form. For that, I need to write x minus or x plus. Then the coefficient of this divided by 2 and minus that thing, this term square, that is 5 by 6 you got. So 5 by 6 square. Then what is the remaining part? That is 2 by 3. The remaining things I need to just simplify. At last you are going to get x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equal to 1 by 36. So now we need to take the square root on both sides. This becomes x minus 5 by 6 is equal to plus or minus 1 by 6. Okay. So always when you find out the roots of a quadratic equation, you find that two roots should be there. Okay, so we'll take two roots. So the first one is x minus 5 by 6. X minus 5 by 6 is equal to 1 by 6. Okay, the second one was x minus 5 by 6 is equal to minus 1 by 6. Okay, now this 5 by 6 I'll take it to the right hand side. This becomes x is equal to minus 1 by 6 plus 5 by 6. That is going to become 4 by 6, or I can tell it to be 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3 is one of the answers. Now we have x minus 5 by 6 is equal to 1 by 6. So similarly, when you take it to the right hand side, it's going to be x is equal to 1 by 6 plus 5 by 6. 1 by 6 plus 5 by 6 is 6 by 6. So x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 by 3 is the roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, this is the completing the square method. So we are going to do the question from the exercise that is based on this, and then we'll move on to the quadratic formula. Here the quadratic form, you should know that quadratic formula is based on this thing only, this method only. So quadratic formula is just a method, directly you'll get the formula, but here you need to use this long methods and all. Okay. Okay, now we are exercise 4.3. Here only the first question is based on completing the square method. So we are going to do that now. So the first question is 2x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. So first of all I need to divide it by the coefficient of x square. So it becomes x square minus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. So the logic is you need to divide both left hand side and right hand side divided by 2. So if you do, even if you do 0 by 2, it is going to be 0 itself. So in simply if I tell, you are going to divide the left hand side by 2. Okay. So next step was going to do with x minus 7 by 2 divided by 2 becomes 7 by 4 whole square minus 7 by 4 whole square plus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. So it is x minus 7 by 4 whole square is equal to 7 by 4 whole square is going to be 49 divided by 16 minus 3 by 2. That is going to be, with the denominator it's going to be 49, then 3 into 8, 3 into 8 is going to be 24, therefore it is 25 by 16. Okay, if I take the root on both sides, it is going to be x minus 7 by 4 is equal to plus or minus 5 by 4. Okay, taking the root on both sides is going to be like this. So you have two cases. If you have two cases, that is x minus 7 by 4 is equal to 5 by 4 and x minus 7 by 4 is equal to minus 5 by 4. Okay, this much we are going to get. Now we need to add 7 by 4 here. So it is going to be 7 plus 5, that is 12 by 4. 12 by 4 is 3. Therefore x is equal to 3 is one of the solutions. Now we have x minus 7 by 4. So it is going to be 7 minus 5 divided by 4. 7 minus 5 is 2. So it is going to be 2 by 4. 2 by 4 stands for half. So therefore x is equal to half is another solution. 3 and x is equal to half. So if you want, you can just apply it over there and try. Okay. Next you have your second part. Second part here is 2x square plus x minus 4 is equal to 0. First of all, I need to divide by the coefficient of x square. So it is going to be x square plus half x minus 2 is equal to 0. So I need to take x minus half divided by 2, that is 1 by 4 whole square minus 1 by 4 whole square minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, then you have x minus 1 by 4 whole square is going to be 2 plus 1 by 16, or I can write it to be 17 by 16. Not 17. 16 into 2 is 32. 32 plus 1 is 33. So it is going to be 33 by 16. Okay, now we need to take the root on both sides. If I take the root on both sides, you'll get x minus 1 by 4 is equal to plus or minus root 33 divided by 4. Okay, now the remaining part is dividing it into two things. So you have x minus 1 by 4 is equal to root 33 divided by 4, and x minus 1 by 4 is equal to minus root 33 divided by 4. Okay, now it is going to be x is equal to 1 plus root 33 by 4, and x is equal to 1 minus root 33 by 4. These two are going to be the answer. Or in simple I can write x is equal to 1 plus or minus root 33 divided by 4 is the answer. So this includes both the answers over there. Okay. Similarly, we are going to do the third and the fourth subdivision. Okay, now we have the third and the fourth question. The third question is given like this: 4x square plus 4 root 3x is equal to 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. So first of all, I am to divide by the coefficient of x square. That is going to be x square plus root 3x plus 3 by 4 is equal to 0. Our next step is to write x plus, here you have a plus, till now we had minus and all. So x plus root 3 divided by 2, I need to divide this coefficient by 2 whole square, minus root 3 by 2 whole square, plus 3 by 4 is equal to 0. We can find that root 3 by 2 whole square is going to be 3 by 4. So this is minus 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4. So I can cancel this off. So you are going to get x plus root 3 by 2 is equal to whole square is equal to 0. Or even if I take the root on both sides, you will get plus or minus 0. Okay, plus or minus 0. Therefore x plus root 3 by 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus root 3 by 2 is the only root. Okay, but when you find quadratic equation, always you need to have two roots. So since x plus 2 root 3 by 2 whole square is equal to 0, you can tell that minus root 3 by 2 and minus root 3 by 2, that is two equal real roots, are going to be the solutions for this quadratic equation. Okay, so even if you want, you can just try that only this one is going to be the root of this question. Now you have this one, 2x square plus x plus 4 is equal to 0. Somehow we need to get, so that is first divide by the coefficient of x square. So you are going to get x square plus half x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, next we are going to do x plus 1 by 4 whole square, because half divided by 2 is 1 by 4. Then minus 1 by 4 whole square plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we are going to get x plus 1 by 4 whole square is equal to 2 minus 1 by 16. No, opposite, right? Minus 2 plus 1 by 16. So at last you are going to get here minus 32 plus 1 divided by 16. Minus 32 plus 1 is minus 31 divided by 16. Or I can write it as x plus 1 by 4 whole square is equal to minus 31 by 16. So how is it possible that a square number is going to be negative? So from this case you can conclude that every quadratic equation need not have a real root. So you can find out from this that this equation cannot have a real root. So we can just tell that no real root exists. Roots exist for this quadratic equation. Okay, we are just representing this as negative here. Since a square cannot be negative, you can just conclude that it cannot have any no real root also is possible. Okay.